It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And our focus is on the Lions' versatile running back. He was steady for them on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Lions and the Packers under the lights on Monday night.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, we close out Week 7 with a good Monday night matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Two teams that have met at least twice a year since 1932. The Lions and Packers underway from Lambeau. This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Now Bennett on 1st and 10. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Bennett. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Off play action. Callaway. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Callaway got his tight end. That's complete. It's Baker. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Back to throw again. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd down as well to get to 3rd and manageable and make them able to pick up those 1st downs. Now here we are, 1st and goal. They've got to like what they're doing on this drive.
And that flag accepted. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Buckley, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week: 18 carries, 98 yards, and a score.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team, and everything runs through you in terms of offense.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now here's Bennett to throw on 3rd down. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Bennett. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now a give, right side. Elam, and he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And they'll accept that penalty. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Callaway. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. On 3rd down, Callaway steps away to his left. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Now Bennett to throw. Throwing on first down. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Bennett now. Off play action. And that's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
So here are the Lions to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Able to slither by. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run the counter. Buckley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. To throw on 2nd down. Callaway. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Bennett from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he is going to have the Packers' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Now Bennett on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. An inside give to Jones. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Back to throw. Bennett. They're going to be incomplete. Now here's Trenton Gill on to punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a magical 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Buckley. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 41. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. The Lions at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
On first down, Buckley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Buckley. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Looking to throw. Callaway throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Off the bootleg. Callaway to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make the score 14-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. And here's Bennett on 3rd and 2. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Looking to throw on second down. Callaway. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
He's got it to Williams. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. Buckling. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Callaway. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, It's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. This offense down 1 bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw. Callaway. And this one is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Callaway. And he whips that one incomplete there. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Callaway to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 10 more there and another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st and 10, Callaway. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Operating from the gun, Callaway. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, He recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the route is on here in this first half. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
Free kick out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Ryan Tannehill leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Packers, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
To throw again, Callaway. He finds his man, complete. That's Newton. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
This offense number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got them another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll keep it on the ground. Buckley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Callaway eluding the pressure right. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Now Bennett to throw. Looking to throw on 2nd down.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Bennett.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing again. Bennett drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Bennett. And incomplete on the deep ball. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
38-yard line, 2nd and
9. Looking to throw. Callaway. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Back to throw. Callaway. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Buckley. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Looking to throw. Callaway. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Off play action. Callaway. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Bennett.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Bennett. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Throwing to start the drive. Callaway. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Callaway. He finds his man. Complete. It's Baker. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down now, Buckley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Callaway. Man open, it's St. Brown, he's got it. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 36. Great way to convert on 3rd down there, 21 yards the play.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league, They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll run on first down. Buckley, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, Buckley. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. We're facing a big fourth quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. On 2nd down, Buckley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Buckley. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-score game at 24. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
On the delay, Jones.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Operating from the gun, Bennett. That's complete to Dobbs. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Bennett now on 1st and 10. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Bennett to throw on 2nd down. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. The give is to Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with a milestone. Career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Packers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Callaway firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Callaway. Hard throw. Incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Bennett. He has it complete to Christian Watson. Now Bennett on 3rd down. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. To throw on 2nd down. Callaway to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Callaway. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Back to throw. Callaway. He finds his man. Complete. It's Newton. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's Bennett from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Now Bennett to throw. Throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
On 1st down, Buckley.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there are going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 79 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. A good red zone run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Buckley, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into the season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will bump the lead up to 26. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw. Bennett. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural.
Yeah,
but
I like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent, like the best player of all that. And I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for Detroit, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.